Hello, internet folks. So this there is a video by this I believe this college. Well, she is a college. I don't have to believe it. This person is a college grad. I'm assuming. She got her master's. Goes by the name Bitchy History. She did her thesis on Star Trek. Let me get it up here on my Chromebook here. The video is called Warp Speed Woke, How Star Trek Took on Society. It's lecture one, boldly going where no show has gone before. As a big Star Trek fan, especially of this first series, I'm aware there's this myth that Star Trek had this first interracial kiss. A lot of people, especially those, I have to say it, well, no, I'm not. I want to say left-leaning. More left-leaning folks love to virtue signal about this. They ignore any other interracial kiss out there, and they really want to, because the idea in America is to show us dark brown-skinned folks as being oppressed, forever oppressed. In Bitchy History's case, I went in a little back and forth with her when she pointed out this first interracial kiss. Her reasoning of why it is the first interracial kiss is because white GIs were bringing Asian wives to the States in record numbers. Therefore, since it was somewhat normalized, it was not considered an interracial kiss. As a person that took Asian American studies, also is big on Asian culture, and a dark brown guy who is coded black in America. My hair is black. I'm not really. Well, we have a little, you know what, growing in there, but my hair is black, and I'm technically dark brown. But Bitchy History is interesting because I'm pretty sure I can basically say she's a left-leaning person. You can tell she's also lesbian. I'm pretty sure she talks about hearing black voices, but yet when I try to give my point of view as to why it's, the reasoning, and common sense as well, why this Star Trek did not have its first interracial kiss, she basically censored my comments and deleted them. There are a few up there, but she deleted them in such a way that she has the last word, and people who have questions or question her thesis are not able to rebut. And this is something that I've even encountered in college myself. When I was going through the college system. Going back to her comment on why, let me check my time, don't want to keep this too long. Going back to her reasoning as to why Star Trek, Plato's Stepchildren, that Nichelle Nichols and William Shatner kiss was supposedly the first interracial kiss on American television, which it wasn't. She forgets that basically it's not only racist against black folks, quote unquote, it's also racist against Asian folks, because you're ignoring that, yes, while there were GIs that married Asian women, brought them over and normalized it for a very long time, from the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. And there were Filipino men that were dating white women, and of course, during that time, 40s, 50s, that wasn't looked at as well. So, is she going to say the Filipino male and white women was interracial relationships? Or or what is she going to say about that? I mean, or is she like most who try to virtue signal only see race in America as black and white? Only wanted to see us folks as being oppressed, which we aren't. What else? What else did I want to say? There are also black military men who had Asian wives. I remember there was a picture of a black military man who had a Japanese wife. So, I mean, again, are you going to say that there were because of that that was an interracial relationship just because it was a black male and Asian female? I mean, it's interesting how, again, you have this white woman who is going to school me on not only history but just common sense of what what I'm questioning. This happens a lot. What I notice, and it's sad. What are my other thoughts? Well, let's go through it. Like, we've had an interracial kiss on Star Trek with Barbara Luna, who is Filipino, part white. And I know people try to brush that off because she's half white. But yet, if you're gonna brush that off, are you gonna brush off the kisses that Halle Berry had, or are we gonna move the goalpost in terms of race? Again, that's another thing that annoys me. The goalposts have to always be moved in order to keep black people supposedly oppressed, or to make it seem that black people are supposedly oppressed and what have you. And quick rundown. I'm getting a little bit over. If you're familiar with the show, well, I'm pretty sure majority of people aren't familiar with the show, Adventures in Paradise, which you can watch on YouTube. There's a episode called The Big Surf, where Filipino actress, Filipina actress, or I should say Filipina, full Filipina, kisses two white men. I believe that was 1960. Adventures in Paradise, The Big Surf. There's one early mid 60s, an episode of I Spy called The Tiger, with Nuyen and Robert Culp kissing. There is another show, The Sea Hunt. There's an episode called Proof of Guilt with Lloyd Bridges and Nobu McCarthy. And there are probably others. But it's just interesting with Miss Bitchy History. Again, her type of group, that left-leaning group that will, probably march for BLM, that will say we need to hear black voices and what have you. They never like to hear opposing sides or opposing arguments from black folks. They like to censor us, those that question society, and like to get out of the the victimization that her group like to keep us in. It's pretty sad. It's pretty annoying. I'm gonna put the link to her video down below. I just wanna read one comment. And again, she doesn't really have much comment because she's really trying to censor any opposing views. But so there's a comment by a Terrence A72, and he marked it at 1613, and he says, "You proved you don't need a master's in history. The Kirk Uhura kiss wasn't the first interracial kiss on Star Trek. It was at least the third. well done on not doing a modicum of research. I gave him a thumbs up on that. And she did reply, of course. She did reply. I'll put it that way. And I did my replies. I actually made a separate reply, which again she deleted. But it was just it's annoying. And it's like it really does seem like colleges now are just giving master's degree over anything. And I am curious about what her master's degree was in, because her research is shoddy. In any event, live long and prosper. And I will say my last name did come from a certain starship captain, but this is, unless you know me personally, I'm not going to disclose that story. But to those people asking questions, good job. Let me let you guys go.